Regardless of whether you were happy or sad with yesterday's Direct, whether you loved 10 games or hated them all, one thing was blatantly obvious and markedly different. They changed the way the Direct looks. This might sound silly, but it's actually quite notable because Nintendo changes this every generation, indicating that something big is about to happen soon. Plus, I actually played a new game and loved it, and I want to tell you about it. So, good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. I think sometimes people criticize me, and maybe even accurately so, for not playing enough games, like actually playing and digging in and diving in. And yeah, sometimes that's hard for me, but I was determined to play Splatoon 3 Side Order as soon as it dropped last night. We live streamed it, which was a ton of fun. We're going to be doing more streams on the channel, playing more games, and let me tell you, Side Order is addictive as all heck. Nintendo has crafted something absolutely main course out of their DLC package here. The idea of going up these different floors, picking the color chips to build out your loadout and improve your character is just very, very, very exciting, and you want to see what's next. The fact that you have a choice each floor of one of 3 options, the kind of objective, the difficulty of the objective, and the reward makes it even more fun. And the fact that it's very difficult to get up there, it's really something. I'm so impressed with what Nintendo did here because I think they merged in like other companies' gameplay ideas with Nintendo's brilliant design philosophy, and that yielded something super special. It's a really good note that Nintendo should collaborate more often, maybe not necessarily with other companies like Mario plus Rabbids, although that's good too, but just embracing new ideas, embracing different technologies, embracing different modern genres, and trying their hand at it. I think Splatoon 3 Side Order is must-play content, fully worth the expansion pack price, and is ridiculously addictive. It is going to soak up a lot of your time. My only complaint thus far is that it does take quite a bit of time. Like, there's a lot of extra little time between stages. Like, you go on the elevator, you load into your 3 options, you pick your 3 options, you go into the level, it shows you the tower, then you have to ride the cage into the level. Like, there's a little bit too much in between, but the restarts and refreshes are really quick, and in general, the runs, like, they are just too fun to quit. They've got the unlockables paced perfectly. They've got new loadouts for you to acquire. You can get different palettes that give you different weapons and different tendencies towards certain color chips. You've got the whole Marina and Pearl storyline, different bosses, different floors. They track your best times on certain floors as they are cycled through. It's really freaking good, and I think it's the best piece of Splatoon 3, or best piece of Splatoon like single player content ever. Arguably the best piece of Splatoon content. The multiplayer, like the traditional just like bare bones multiplayer, is great, but this is better than any single player campaign. This is definitely better than any co-op they've put in. This is definitely better than the card battler game. This is fantastic. Nintendo crafted something awesome, and as I was like kind of predicting and thinking, this is probably Nintendo's like golden orb of Q1. I think this is a better, more successful, more exciting, more engaging game than anything else that Nintendo will put out in the first quarter of the year, and it's absolutely must-play TV. I'm loving it so much. I'll probably make a dedicated video, maybe stream some more of it, because it is a blast. Now let's talk about the Direct, but not in terms of review or the games that are there. That's been covered to death. How about the weird stars in the back of the Rare segment? Some people have noticed that behind the games that were unveiled for NSO from Rare yesterday, Blast Score, RC Pro-Am, Battletoads, Killer Instinct, and Snake Rattle and Roll, but then there are 4 mysterious boxes behind them written in the stars. Now initially you might think, okay, these just correlate to the 5 games pictured, but 5 games pictured, 4 boxes, to me that indicates 9 games total. Like there's going to be a second wave of Rare titles on NSO. And we've got 2 horizontal boxes and 2 vertical boxes, indicating that 2 titles will be NES and 2 titles will be SNES and or N64. Now, judging by the rectangles, to me, one rectangle looks smaller than the other, so I think it's 2 NES, 1 N64, and 1 SNES, but maybe they could just be, different sizes. I definitely think this is intentional and purposeful. There's no way that these 4 square rectangle shapes just magically appeared. They're definitely hinting at something. Who knows when, but it's good to see NSO get a jolt of life. And even though we don't have a roadmap going forward for what Nintendo plans to do with NSO, it does seem like we'll be getting more games and more games regularly. And I'm down for more from Rare. We'll have to see what they're able to deliver in their next update. I don't know if this is going to happen soon, but clearly these stars are trying to tell us something, don't you think? Another tidbit from yesterday's Direct is that SMT5 Vengeance got a big 20-minute presentation highlighting all the features and details of the new game, and they're claiming that it is going to be a double-length package, meaning to complete both scenarios in SMT5 Vengeance, it's going to take you around 160 hours. 2 80-hour scenarios is freaking insane. That is a lot of bang for your buck. I don't know if you'll be able to play both storylines and get through them like that, but if you can, man, it is absolutely worth the money. The Canon of Creation is the original SMT5 story. Canon of Vengeance is going to diverge drastically during the mid/late sections of the game and give you a completely different ending. So a lot of content if you're looking to rebuy SMT. But let's talk about the Directs, okay? This is a gorgeous gift here because it shows what Nintendo has done from the Wii U to the Switch to whatever we got yesterday. Now, we noticed something was a little bit off because they branded this as a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase and not a Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. That's the first time that they've used the Partner Showcase without the Mini for Nintendo Directs. So we already knew something was up, and then some were saying that, hey, the image they presented had like different drop shadow, a little bit different look to it, and now with 3D motion graphics, we can see the start of this Direct definitely was different. It's a pretty small modification, and I wouldn't be surprised if you missed it. I missed it. I thought it was very similar as well. But if you look carefully, the old Switch Direct introduction had much more of like a pixely look, and this new one has a shine and a sheen. Now, I could be reading too much into this, but to me, this is setting the stage for not a crazy generational change, but a very big upgrade, one that emphasizes the first-class nature of their new direction, one that emphasizes performance, power, and a sleeker, more elite system. It's just the vibe that I get. The Wii U intro was very goofy and fun. The Switch was something different, and you have a lot of blocks rotating, and I think it's kind of evolving the Nintendo formula. And now this one is just very clean and pristine. And I've said for a while now that I feel like Nintendo Switch 2 is going to emphasize being like an upgrade not only in internals, but in externals as well. I think the Joy-Con will be better. I think the system will look better. I think it'll be a higher end system for a higher MSRP price point. Now, this to me means that this is now officially on the books. And like whatever happens next is going to follow suit in that, hey, we could be getting a Nintendo Switch 2 reveal at any time. They could have held off on this conversion, but clearly they wanted to make a change and let it be known that we are in a different era of Nintendo Directs. Like I said, it was already evidenced by the way that they titled it, but now it really brings that Brazil timeline into question where he leaked that, hey, he's heard April for a new Nintendo General Direct, first party focus, and June for a reveal. If that's to be the case, it makes a lot of sense, and Nintendo is kicking off 2024 as the beginning of a new era. A console releasing in 2025 definitely puts that as sort of the true beginning of the generation, but it seems like Nintendo definitely wants to set the stage and use this year to roll out the red carpet, roll out a whole new looking intro, and who knows, roll out maybe some new ways of presenting information, new ways of highlighting information, new ways of even setting up the eShop, Nintendo accounts, etc. I think we could see some changes that take shape as we move through this year, and I think this little graphic is going to be your indicator. Like I said, it may sound silly, like what, they just decided to change things up, but Nintendo doesn't just change things up. These Directs don't just mix things around. The indie worlds have definitely seen their fair share of turnover, but the Nintendo Directs themselves, they've maintained consistency. And so we're getting a bit of a different look, different flair, and I think that is going to lead into the upcoming reveal of the Switch 2. So no matter how you feel about the delays or the leaks or the rumors, this is probably like your best and only indicator from Nintendo themselves that something is changing, something is coming, and something new is happening. A new era for Nintendo. We're on the cusp. We're on the precipice. We're teetering over the edge, and pretty soon I think we're going to fall in. That could happen in April. That could happen in March. That could happen in May. That could happen in June. But I think by summertime, we know why they did this, and the reason will become very evident with a brand new console. But let me know what you think about the change of direction for the Direct marketing and how you feel about Splatoon 3 Side Order. Are you going to pick it up? Have you played it already? What are your thoughts? Make sure to check out my extended footage if you want to see more of the game. And I'll see you on the next video, the next live stream. Until that time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.